Hi.
Hi, good
Nice
night.
to nice to meet you, Khoi.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Yes, I'm great.
Why is it great?
Because I because I know my marks.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
how is your mark?
I feel a little disappointed about that point.
Okay. And is it good mark?
Yes, good marks.
Wow, very good. Congratulations for that. And you are now accepted in that particular school in high
Still,
school?
yes, enter high school, but I don't know. Yes,
Ah, you don't know yet. Okay. But of course, you are about to enroll in high school because you already passed the exam, right?
yes.
Yeah, very good. And I'm happy for you. So congratulations for that. Okay, now before we're going to start our continuation of our lesson for today, Koi, because I know yesterday we were able to discuss about modals. Okay, so to give us more information about modals, so I want you to look at this particular presentation. Okay, it's all about modals. So let's try to listen to this. Okay, I hope you can see this one, Koi. Can you see this?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, let's start.
The modal verbs.
What are you gonna do here, Grandma?
Well, I'm gonna make pizza.
Can I help you?
Yes, of course, but you should wear an apron.
Mm.
Perfect. First, we must mix everything in order to obtain the dough. Now we must roll the dough with the rolling pin.
Can I do it, please?
Yes, of course. Now we're gonna top it with tomato sauce, cheese, onion, bacon, and mushrooms.
Can I slice the onion?
No, you shouldn't,
Why not?
because your eyes may start to burn, and tears may run down your face. But you can cut the bacon. You must be careful with a knife. And you shouldn't cut it so fast. Now we must put it in the oven.
How long should we bake our pizza?
We shouldn't bake it for more than 15 minutes, it could get burned. The pizza must be ready now. Let's take a look.
Grandma, is the pizza ready? It smells delicious.
You must wash your hands before you eat. Let's eat pizza now. You must be very hungry.
Yeah, we are. Grandma, could you pass me the ketchup, please?
Of course, here you are.
Thanks.
Would you like some more?
No, thanks. I would like an ice cream now.
Let's go to the park and have some ice cream, shall we?
That sounds awesome. Shall I take my bike too? And shall I take my roller skates?
Sure, you can take your bike and roller skates too.
It's so great that you can roller skate, Michelle. I wish I could do it too. It must be terrific. Don't worry, I will teach you soon.
But you can ride your bike without training wheels now. That's great too. You should be content with that for now.
Look at these beautiful flowers. Can I pick them, Grandma?
No, you mustn't pick the flowers.
Can I drink water from this fountain?
Mm.
No, You shouldn't drink water from that fountain. It's not healthy. You might get sick. This is a special fountain. If you throw a coin into the water, you can make a wish.
Mm.
It might just come true.
Grandma, will you buy me a chocolate ice cream, please?
Yes, of course.
I would like a vanilla ice cream.
Hello.
Hello. May I help you?
I would like 3 single cones of ice cream, please.
May I have a double cone, Grandma?
You shouldn't eat so much, because you can get a sore throat.
What flavor would you like?
I would like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry flavor, please.
The ice cream was delicious, but I don't like the cone.
You mustn't throw rubbish on the ground, Alice. You must throw it into the garbage can. You mustn't climb up the slide. You may hurt yourself, and you may hurt other kids too. Ladders are for climbing. Alice, you must wait your turn. Excuse me, may I sit here?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Shall we go home now, girls?
Could we stay a little bit longer, please?
Oh, that might be your mom. Yes, she is. She must be curious to know what we're doing.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe.
Okay, so there we have it. Okay, what do you think the video is all about, Koi?
It's all about model sentence.
Yeah, it's a modal verbs and then it was used in conversation, right? So those are the correct conversations that we are going to use the modal verbs, okay? Okay, let me share to you our slide now. Okay. So I hope you can see this one, Koi. Can you see it?
I see.
Yeah, okay. Before we're going to continue that, okay, I want you to hear again saying this tongue twister koi. Okay, let's practice this one. Okay, can you
S-
say it now?
Yeah. Seashells, seashells by the seashore.
That's good. Next.
The top corpse or corp top.
Okay,
And when they battle in the puddle, it's a tweetle beetle puddle battle.
that's correct.
Peter Piper pick a peck of pig pepper. How many pig peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Okay, can you say this one again? Pickled.
Picker,
Yeah, pickled.
picker.
Okay. So can you repeat it again?
Peter Piper picker a peck of picker pepper. How many picker pepper did Peter Piper pick?
Okay, that's good.
Fork on clothes on wrist and blocks. Wrist and blocks on not on boats.
Okay. Next.
A tweetle, beetle, noodle, poodle, bottle, paddle, moodle, doodle, foodle, woodle, fork on saucer.
Okay.
Fuzzy Wuzzy's was a bear. Fuzzy's Wuzzy's had no hair. Fuzzy's Wuzzy's was Wuzzy was he.
Okay. Can you say this one again? Say
A bear.
bear. Again,
Bear.
bear.
A
It's a
bear.
bear. Okay. This one is a bear. Okay. Okay. So I hope you can be able to practice this one, Koi. Um, when you wake up in the morning, just what I have told you, when you wake up in the morning, you have to practice this one so that it will improve your pronunciation skills. Okay?
Oh,
Okay. Now, let's try to continue our lesson. And we were able to, oh, sorry, we were able to watch a video. It's all about how we can or how are we going to use modal verbs. Okay? And I will not going to explain this one anymore because I was able to explain this one to you yesterday. Okay? Now we have to remember can versus could, can for the following purposes. And could, okay. The most important thing that we should have to remember in identifying the differences between the can and the could should be can be used as possibility. Could can be used as suggestion. Okay?
yes.
Or can is for permission. But of course, could can also be used as permission. Okay? But can is more informal and could is more polite.
I.
Yes. Okay? Okay. Now, we have here another one. So, when are we going to use the can, the could, and the should? Okay. Rules are, these are the rules. Can you read this one, Koi?
A modal, a come before phrasal verb. Modal can be affirmative or negative.
Yes. So it could also be positive and it could also be negative, just like this one. Okay, I should eat more fruit. Sometimes I can't sleep well or sleep at night. So the modal verbs are should eat. Okay, in here it should be can't
Can
sleep. But this one is affirmative or positive, but
is
the other one is
is
the
negative.
negative. Okay?
Okay.
Then, again, continuation of the rule number one.
Don't put an s at the end of the verb.
Yes, so we all know that one all the time that if we are going to use a modal verb, so we do not put an s at the end of the verb. Okay, just like for example, he can eat. We do not say he can eats. Okay, so it should be he can eat. Okay, next, number two.
You can to talk about possibilities or ability.
Yes, again, going back in here, right? Use can if we are going to talk about possibility and
And
ability,
ability
right? Okay. So, can, if you can, then if it is a negative one, you have to say can. Okay? Like for example, can you read this one, Koi?
some habits can take a year to change.
Or you can also use the negative one.
She can't speak Arabic.
Arabic. Okay, she can't speak Arabic. So this one we are talking about possibility or an ability. What do you think with this? Is this possibility or ability? What do you think? What about sentence number one? Is it possibility or ability?
Is possibility.
Okay, what about sentence number two?
Is ability.
Yes, okay, because speaking different language or languages is an ability. Okay, not all people can do that one. Okay, next, rule number three, Koi.
Number three, you could to make a polite suggestion.
Yes, so remember the word polite, so therefore we should have to use could.
Could
Like for example,
you could come with me to my exercise class.
yes, so you are just making a polite suggestion, whether you will come or not, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the negative form of this one would be,
Negative form you could not come with me to
okay,
my exercise
or
class.
the contracted form is,
You couldn't.
yes, you couldn't. Correct. Next, number four.
You sure shouldn't to give advice.
Yes. Now, If we are giving advice, we have to use should.
should,
Okay,
or
affirmative, and then we should have to use negative, shouldn't. Okay, like for example,
they should eat more food.
yes, so we are giving advice. Okay, or
They shouldn't eat junk food.
yes, so this one is healthy and the other one is unhealthy. Okay, next, the
The
forms of
forms of shouldn't and can't. I can, I use should not and cannot.
yes, so we can also use should not or cannot. Okay? Do you have questions with this, Koi?
Question.
Okay, very good. Now let's try to go to our activity number 7. So let's try to read this paragraph from activity number 2. So activity number 2, where is it? Okay, let's go back to activity number 2. It's in here, right? So these are all yeah, these are all advices coming from Dr.
Doctor.
Lee on health. Okay,
Health.
and we all know this one already. So
Yes.
out from these advices coming from Dr. Lee, so we are going to have this particular activity. Okay? Then underline the models could or should plus a verb. Number one has been given to us, should make. Modal is should, and then the verb is make. Okay. Can we read this one aloud first, Koi, before we're going to answer them? Okay, can you read many?
Many people are addicted to video games. How can you break this habit? First, you should make a plan. Begin to make change slowly. For example, if you usually play games of 5 hours a day, you could make play 4 hours a day for the first week. The next,
Yes.
you could play 3 hours of a day. Your goal should be 1 hour a day of video games.
Mm-hmm.
Second, replace video games with different activities. You could spend time with friends instead of with video games. You could turn off your computer at night and read a good book.
Yes. So this one actually are good advice. Okay, are good advice coming from a specialist, coming from a doctor. Okay, and of course, you will not going to what is one to stop immediately what you are doing, because if you are addicted, you are used to that. So it's very difficult for you to adjust if you're going to do that abruptly. Okay, so when we say abruptly, that means it's immediately. Okay, that's abrupt. So you just have to make a little bit changes for as long as you have changes little by little. Okay? Okay, now let's try to identify now the models with the verb in it. And then let's try to tell if that model is suggestion or it's an advice. Okay, what about number one? Number one is given to us, should make. Is this a suggestion or is this an advice?
Advice.
Okay, it's an advice. You should make a plan. Okay, but she is not imposing it. You should make a plan. Next.
You could play.
Yes, could play. So,
It's a suggestion.
yes, she is just suggesting if he could play or she could play at least 4 hours a day for the first week. And then another one.
Also could play.
Yes, could play again. And of course, this one is suggestion again. And
Yes.
then,
Should be 1 hours. Should
okay,
be
yeah, should be 1 hour a day. So is it a suggestion or an advice?
advice.
It's an advice. Okay. Next, we have,
Could spend time and
yes,
turn
could
off
spend time with friends. So when we say could, of course, it's a
is suggestion.
suggestion. Yes. And then
Could
another one could again and it's a suggestion. Okay, now we know the use of could and the use of should. Again, could can be used as
Could
a
you a suggestion?
suggestion and should can be used as an
Uh,
advice. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Okay, moving on. Do you have questions with this, Koi, before we're going to move on?
no question.
No question. Okay, let's try to do activity number 8. Okay, the use of can, affirmative, and negative. Okay, let's try.
If I eat one potato chips, I I can't. No, I can't stop. I want to eat more.
So, meaning can or can't?
Can't.
Yes, you can't stop. If you eat one potato chip, you know that, right? Because that is a junk food. So if you're going to eat, okay, just like for example, you're just going to try. Okay, I just have to try. I have just to get only one. But later you're going to do like, right? So you are going to be addicted to this one also. Okay, because potato chip, there is the so-called ingredients that makes you like that most of the time. So
Yeah.
you can't stop it. Okay, next, number 2.
It's difficult to break a habit, but you can't do it.
Yes, okay. It's difficult, but maybe little by little you can do it. Next, number 3.
People can't become addicted to soda.
Yes, can become addicted to soda. If you actually here in the Philippines, Koy, this is a story. This is a real story happened here in the Philippines. There was this man for 20 years of his life. He doesn't drink water.
Oh, why?
Yes, he just drink soda. He uses soda as replacement of water
Oh my
or
God.
water. Okay, and then he was able he was interviewed by most of the television network here in the Philippines, and he's very very famous now because of that. Okay, but there would be findings maybe later on about his condition, right? Because
Yes,
that is sugar. Actually, you can drink soda, but not to the extent that it's more than the allowable sugar intake of your body. Because if it is more than the allowed sugar of your body, it's bad for the health.
yes,
Okay? And soda can make ulcers. Okay? Ulcer. And then there's a lot more because it's sugar. So maybe you can become diabetic if you're going to drink most of the time soda. Okay? That's just only an intermission number. Okay? Next, number 4.
most people can't lose weight when they exercise every day.
So is it can or can't?
Can.
Yes, can lose weight when they exercise every day. What happened if they didn't exercise every day? So that's the time that they can't
Yes.
lose weight. Okay, number 5.
I can't speak slowly today. I have bad cold.
Yeah, it's difficult if you have a bad cold because you can't speak
Speak
loudly.
loud.
Okay, so it's nice. Very good. Now, let's go to activity number 9. So, what are we going to do in here is we have to brainstorm, Koi. So, when we say brainstorming, we need to think of this one. Okay?
Okay.
So, What's the direction? So the direction would be read the text messages below. For each question, think of several possible answers. Now, if you are Dr. Lee, okay, and then someone texted you and asked for an advice, what would you do? What advice you can give to this particular texter? Okay, can you read the text?
I am addicted to soda. I drink about 10 soda every day.
Oh, it's a lot. Okay, and then
I can't concentrate if I don't have one. I
oh,
know it's bad for me, but how can I stop?
see, look at this person. It's the same with the with the person here in the Philippines. Look at this Khoi. It's very unusual. 10 sodas every day. Imagine, okay, count 10 every day times 5. 5 days. How many is that?
50,
Eh, It's 50 per week. It's just only for 5 days. What
or
about we have 7 days? So that becomes seven.
70,
That's
70.
70. Wow,
Oh,
wow. 70 for only 1 week.
yes,
Then multiply 70 by 4 because we have 4 weeks in 1 month. So that becomes 7 times 4. That is 7, 7, 14, 28, 280 bottles or cans for 1 month. Wow.
wow, that's I
Okay.
can imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you are Dr. Lee Khoi, what advice you can give? This one is a very serious, serious problem. Okay. This one is a very serious problem. This is just not only a simple problem because imagine 10 sodas a day. Wow.
Um,
So
how
what
can
do you
I
think?
this? Let me think for quite.
Yeah, sure. That's why we are brainstorming. That's why we have to think first what would be the best advice that we can give, or maybe that we can be able to text also to this person because he's asking through text, right? So, what
Yes,
reply you are going to tell or say to this particular person? And you should have to take note of this. This is not just a simple case or a simple problem because he is
it's
addicted
so
to
so.
soda.
Yes.
Okay. So brainstorm. Let's try to have a brainstorming. Okay. And there would be saying that if you are going to make an advice to a certain person, make it to the point that you can be able to give him or her a good advice that would bring him or her in a good situation.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. Even doctors, even doctors would always think of that.
Oh, that's a hard. This is hard for.
Yeah, this one
Yes.
is a very, very controversial issues, right?
Yes. Issues.
Ah, because he is addicted to that. And imagine 10 sodas every day. Wow. Okay. So maybe he's not drinking water anymore because water, we should have to intake water at least 8 glasses a day. But imagine this one, it's more than 8. That makes that's 10 sodas. Now, if it's 1 can is equivalent to 1 glass of water, and look at this one. So he can consume 10 glasses of sodas
Oh,
every day.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
It's more than the required amount if that is water,
oh, yes.
right? Hmm. It's
Um,
very hard, right? It's very hard to give an advice.
yes, I think an opinion
Yeah.
that he can reduce soda every day. Yesterday
Yeah.
he drink 10 soda a day, but tomorrow he could drink about 9 soda, and we could
Mm.
a bit of day. And then when he's absolutely not addicted to soda, he can drink water again.
Yes, and then that's a good advice, okay? He
Yes,
may just start maybe reducing the consumption of soda, right? Then that is good idea. Maybe you can tell that person, okay, it's hard. Your situation is too hard, okay? But if I am going to give you an advice, this is what you are going to do. Okay, reduce the consumption of soda day by day. Okay,
yes,
start first with if it is 10, and then on the next day make it 9. Okay? And then on the next day, make it 8 until such time that you will reduce it to only 1. Okay? Because it's okay. It's okay to drink soda, just only one. Okay? If you wanted it daily or every day, but at least one. But remember, there would be a bad effect for this one in our health if you are going to consume soda almost every day. How much more if you are going to drink sodas, 10 sodas every day? Wow. Right? Okay, that's a good advice, Koi. Okay? I also approve that. Okay? Okay, very good. Next. Problem number 2. Okay,
I
this one.
can relax. I'm always thinking about my schoolwork and my chores at home. I'm worried about my classes, and I study all the time on the weekend.
Mhm.
I clean the house and do errands. I feel lots of stress. How can I relax?
Yeah. Okay. So this one, what do you think? Is this a serious problem or it's just only a minor problem? What do you think?
It's just only minor problem.
Why a minor problem?
Because but for me there are two ways to solve this problem. First, we put aside that problem as we thinking about the futures, a beautiful future that's lie ahead our path. We just thinking, we were thinking about that. No, tomorrow's yesterday is bad and today is neutral, but tomorrow would be this gift for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I got your point. So you, as if this particular person would like to make a very good plan. Okay. This is just a matter of planning, right? So
yes,
that he can be able or she can be able to give some time for her or his classes, and do not worry about that. Okay, maybe because he has a plan already or she has a plan already, so just put that one in plan. So just make a plan that is suited to the needs of this particular person, because maybe he what she did or what she do maybe in here would be he do a lot of things, okay? He does this one, she does this one. Look at this one. I clean the house and do errands. I feel a lot of stress. How can I relax? See? And then she's studying. So it's very stressful if she will not going to make a proper plan for that. So again, in planning, if you're a student, plan about your studies, okay? And then there would also be a plan for home, okay? We have weekends, right? We have weekends. So why don't you clean the house during weekend? so that you can be able to give priority to your schoolwork, right? Am I right, Boy? And then, um, yeah, she could, or he could spend time in studying her lesson too,
Yes, that's
right? Yeah, so it's just only a matter of planning. Actually, this one is very simple, not unlike with the first problem that
first
we have.
situation.
Yeah, so different situation, but now look at this one also, Koi. Look at this one. We have words in here. I can't relax. So meaning he or she has a lot of stress already because she cannot relax. Yeah, and maybe she cannot sleep well if that would be the case. Okay, and if this would happen every day, this might become a big problem. Okay, this might become a big problem because a lot of things will be affected. Okay, okay. Do you have questions with this, Koi?
No question.
Okay, very good. So I hope this one is understood already, and thank you so much for your advice, Dr. Lee. Okay, for your advice to our texters. Okay, next. Again, brainstorming again. Choose one question from activity number 9. Yeah, we done it, right? We already yeah, we done this one already. Okay, so this one is the answer. So maybe choose one from here and then
Chris,
okay, answer the complete sentences. Use your brainstorm notes and read. Okay, we done that one already. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Do you have questions with this, Koi?
No question.
Okay. So if you don't have any more question, I am going to introduce to you now our new lesson. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. For a while.
let's start.
Okay. So moving on to our unit 13. Wow. So we are now, okay. We are now on unit 13. So again, same table of contents. Of course, we're going to do listening, vocabulary, grammar, and speaking too. Okay. But of course, we do first the listening part. Okay. Here is our activity number 2. So again, read the sentences and then we just have to choose the correct explanation. Okay? Can
Okay.
you read sentence number 1, Koi?
The climate of Tunisia includes hot and dry summer.
Okay. The underlined word in here and it is written in bold, climate. So what do you think when we say climate?
This means the weather is hot and dry in Tunisia in the summer.
Okay, it's the weather. Can you say it, Koi?
Yeah,
Weather.
the weather.
Yes. So the weather is hot and dry in Tunisia in the summer. Okay. In Vietnam, do you have summer also in Vietnam?
Of course, why not?
So yeah, so the climate in there most of the time is it hot? Is it cold?
A half of cold and a half of dry.
Okay. So same here in the Philippines. Okay. Although we don't have, we don't experience here a snow. Okay. But we do experience a lot of rain. So it's raining too hard. Just like while ago, the rain, it's hard. Okay. Just while ago. So rain. Then after that would be summer. No, summer first. And then after that, rainy season. After the rainy season would be dry season. Okay, and that if we are already in the dry season, that would become summer after. So it repeats like that. What about in Vietnam? But you can experience cold weather. You can experience the cold weather in there.
Yes. I think we can experience just in a certain time in the year.
Ah, okay. No, but not all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
September to December.
Ah, same here. Okay,
Yes.
we experience cold, okay, during starting from September, no, October, November, December. And then it will going to until January, okay, we can feel the coldness of the weather. Okay, then right after that would be summer. Okay, then
Yeah.
after summer would be rainy days. And after rainy days again, it would be summer again, and then would be cold days. Okay, so that would just only our weather here in the
Yeah.
Philippines. But when I went to Taiwan, Taiwan is a cold weather in there most of the time.
Oh, time.
Yeah, in Taiwan. Okay. And I like that one because it's cold most of the time. Even when you go out, you just have to wear your jacket or your sweater because it's cold. Even in during noontime. Okay. You cannot see yeah, you can see the sun, but it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's foggy in Taiwan. Okay? Next. So this one is correct. Number two, Koi.
The average tourist stay at this hotel for 1 week, but Anna realized she is staying 2 weeks.
Okay, so the underlined word is average. So what do you think would mean average?
It means Anna is not like most tourists at the hotel.
Yeah, because when you say average, it's not fully, okay, it's not 100%. Okay, so the average story stays at this hotel for 1 week, but Anna really likes it here. She is staying 2 weeks. So Anna is not like most tourists, do you think?
At the hotel.
Okay. So Anna is not like, or Anna is like most tourists at the hotel.
Anna is not like most tourists at the hotel
Okay. Why is it Anna is not like most tourists at the hotel
because average tourists stay at this hotel for 1 week, but Anna is staying for 2 weeks.
in that hotel?
Yes, in the at the hotel.
Yeah. Okay. Next, number three.
Many tourists visit Kyoto because it's a center of cheap Japanese culture. They go to Kyoto to have good Japanese food, visit museum, and see beautiful old buildings.
Okay. Kyoto. Okay. It's Kyoto, Japan. Next. So what do you think would be the underlying word culture?
Cultures. It means you can learn a lot about Japanese custom and culture in Kyoto.
Yes. Okay. Actually, we can also say it's customs or it's traditions, right? When you say culture. So you can learn a lot about Japanese customs and culture in Kyoto, Japan. Okay. Next. So that's correct. Okay. Number four, Koi. Can you read that one?
You can walk through the garden at the park. You can also go to a lecture there. You can listen to someone give a talk about subjects you are interested in.
Yes. So the underlined word is lectures. So what do you mean by that?
It means a lecture is a kind of talk.
Yes. So a lecture, of course, it's a kind of talk. So that's correct. Number five.
Mary recently visited Shanghai. She was there last month.
So recently would be the underlined word. So what does it mean?
It means Mary visits Songhai a short time ago.
Yes. Also, it's
Yes.
a short time ago. She was there last month. So meaning it's just only recently or many or short time ago, okay, or a few days ago. So that is what we mean. So recently. Next,
Yes.
number 6.
Rome has several historic buildings. For example, the
Mm-hmm.
famous Forum in Rome is about 2,000 years ago.
Mm.
2,000 years old.
Yes. So historic. So when you say
It's,
historic,
it means Rome has many important old buildings.
yes, okay, because those are historical already. So you can there would be a lot of happenings in there. That's why it becomes a historic building. Okay, very good. So we all know the meaning of all of this: climate, average, culture, okay, lectures, recently,
It,
historic. Okay, now can we make a sentence using the word climate, Koi?
okay.
Okay, let me hear you saying that.
Um, the weather forecast often predicts the climates of anywhere in the world.
Wow, okay. So as if I am hearing you are announcing in a radio station. Okay, the climate for today is like this, blah blah blah. Okay, next, what about when you say average? Can you do a sentence using the word average?
Average.
Hmm.
Hmm. Let me see.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you one. So that person is just only average when it comes to know how in this particular place or country. So meaning average.
Average.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Average. Ah, yeah.
Yes.
She's un. No.
Or we can also use Koi. She got an average scores in
Average.
math, right? We can
Yeah.
also use that. She got an average scores in math,
Yes.
meaning she was able to pass, but not too high, but not too low. It's just only the average, right? Okay.
Yes.
What about you?
Um. She's unlike no. Other students are average, but she not. She is like the other students.
Yeah, okay. So that's also correct. Okay, because other students are just only average, but this other person is intelligent. Okay, so the others are just only average. Okay. Uh-huh. So culture. Okay, what about culture?
The culture. The cultures.
Yeah,
Welcome
tourist.
to yes. Welcome to Vietnam. You can enjoy the culture in here.
Yeah, that's correct, right? As if you are a tour guide, so you are just going to tell your tourist that, oh, welcome to Vietnam, and there would be these are the cultures of our what is one people here. Okay, then blah 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, when we
Let's
say lectures, it's very easy, so we not use that. Okay, what about, okay, recently, it's previously, so we do not use that. What about historic?
history.
Yeah,
Oh, pyramid. Um, pyramid is an ancient historic building.
yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, that's correct. That's part of the history. Okay, the ancient Rome. It's a Rome, right? The Rome, and then there would be yeah. Okay, the ruin empire during that time. So those are also historical, okay, historic events.
Okay.
That's good. Very good. Okay. Now, It's time for us to listen with our audio, and let's try to listen this one and answer the following questions. Okay, are you ready, Koi?
Ready.
Okay.
Unit 7. Listening 1. Activity B.
Good evening, and welcome to Travel Talk. Tonight, we're talking about three special cities, and we have three visitors to talk to us about them. Let's start with Amanda. Hi, Amanda. What city is special for you?
Hi, David. Well, I visited Ubud last month. It's on the island of Bali in Indonesia.
Mm.
How was it?
It was fantastic, David. I loved the beautiful old buildings, and the food was delicious.
How was the weather?
Well, Bali has a very warm climate.
Yeah.
The average temperature is usually about 26 degrees, but in Ubud, we walked through the forests, and it was very cool and comfortable.
Mm.
Was there a lot to do?
Oh, yes. Ubud is a center for the culture of Bali. I went to lectures and took walks every evening.
Ubud sounds like a fantastic city. Thanks, Amanda. Next, let's talk to Sam. Hi, Sam. What city do you want to talk about?
David, I recently visited Bruges, a city in Belgium. It's a beautiful city. The architecture is amazing. I enjoyed seeing historic buildings, like City Hall, and there were museums all over the city.
That sounds great. How was the food?
The food was delicious. In my opinion, Bruges has the best chocolate in the world.
I agree. I love Belgian chocolate. Thanks, Sam. And finally, let's talk to Mika. Mika, you recently visited New York City.
Yes, I was there just last week.
So, how was it?
It was great. I love New York. I go there every year. Everything is big and modern and busy. There are over 8 million people in New York City. There are huge skyscrapers everywhere. And the museums, like the Natural History Museum, are big too.
What were your favorite things about New York?
Well, the shopping is great. I shopped every day in really big department stores and little shops all over the city. I also loved the restaurants and cafes. New York has every kind of food in the world.
Mm.
I tried Ethiopian food for the first time.
Well, thank you everyone for telling us about three special cities.
Okay. So let's try to answer this one, Koi. So, what do you think? Is David?
David, he did not name a city.
Yes, so he does not name a city. He was not able to be interviewed, right? Only
Yeah.
the three person, it's Amanda, Sam, and Mika. Okay, let's proceed to Amanda. So Amanda mentioned about this particular city. It's
Amanda mentions a blue city.
yes, it's Ubud, and Ubud is a city of Bale, Indonesia.
Oh,
Okay, it's a Bali, Indonesia. Okay, next. What about Sam?
Sam, he mentioned Bruce.
Okay, it's Brugge. Okay, so he was able to mention about Brugge. And Brugge is part of Belgium. Okay, it's part of the Belgium wherein the legacy in Belgium would be a chocolate. So Belgian chocolate. Okay. Then what about Nika?
Nita, New York City.
Yeah, she was able to visit recently New York City. And New York City is a very fantastic, okay, city in the world according to Nika. Okay? Now, let's do activity number 3 now. So let's try to listen again and complete the outline below. Would you like to listen it again or we just have to answer it directly? Would you like to
Yes.
listen it again?
Yes.
Okay, for a while. For a while. Okay, let's listen again.
Unit 7. Listening 1. Activity B.
Good evening, and welcome to Travel Talk. Tonight, we're talking about three special cities, and we have three visitors to talk to us about them. Let's start with Amanda. Hi, Amanda. What city is special for you?
Hi, David. Well, I visited Ubud last month. It's on the island of Bali in Indonesia.
How was it?
It was fantastic, David. I loved the beautiful old buildings, and the food was delicious.
How was the weather?
Well, Bali has a very warm climate. The average temperature is usually about 26 degrees, but in Ubud, we walked through the forests, and it was very cool and comfortable.
Was there a lot to do?
Oh, yes. Ubud is a center for the culture of Bali. I went to lectures and took walks every evening.
Ubud sounds like a fantastic city. Thanks, Amanda. Next, let's talk to Sam. Hi, Sam. What city do you want to talk about?
David, I recently visited Bruges, a city in Belgium. It's a beautiful city. The architecture is amazing. I enjoyed seeing historic buildings, like City Hall, and there were museums all over the city.
That sounds great. How was the food?
The food was delicious. In my opinion, Bruges has the best chocolate in the world.
I agree. I love Belgian chocolate. Thanks, Sam. And finally, let's talk to Mika. Mika, you recently visited New York City.
Yes, I was there just last week.
So, how was it?
It was great. I love New York. I go there every year. Everything is big and modern and busy. There are over 8 million people in New York City. There are huge skyscrapers everywhere. And the museums, like the Natural History Museum, are big too.
What were your favorite things about New York?
Well, the shopping is great. I shopped every day in really big department stores and little shops all over the city. I also loved the restaurants and cafes. New York has every kind of food in the world. I tried Ethiopian food for the first time.
Well, thank you everyone for telling us about three special cities.
Okay. So we're done it already. So now, can we tell okay, about the city okay, did Amanda visited? So she visited,
Ubus.
okay, she visited Ubud, Ubud city. Okay, so the name of the city that she visited was Ubud city. What about architecture?
She visits many old buildings.
Yeah, it's many old buildings. And what about the food?
Who is very delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. What about the activities?
It is work to cool
Yeah, yeah. Actually, in Ubud City, there would be different weather. Okay, so it's cool in there, and then they walk through what?
to for
Through the forest, right? So through the forest they walk because it's cool. Okay, but Ubud, okay, in other parts of Bali, Indonesia, the climate are also warm. Okay, just like also here in in the Philippines and in Vietnam. Okay, that's correct. Now, what about Sam? He
Um,
went to
Bruce,
Bruce.
Bruce City,
Okay, and the
and
architecture.
he visits many historic buildings.
Yeah, historical building also. What about the food? He mentioned about.
Delicious.
Yes, it's also delicious and activities. He went to a lot of
Museum.
museum. Okay, what about other information that we can be able to give?
More delicious chocolate in the world.
Yes, okay. It's the best, okay? And the best chocolate in the world, it's the Belgian or Belgium chocolate. Okay, lastly, we have Mika. So Mika went to.
New York City.
Yeah, it's the NYC. Okay, if you happen to see the acronym NYC, that means it's New York City. Okay, what about the architecture?
Modern building.
Yeah, he saw a lot of modern buildings, a lot of big buildings in there, and then
Yeah.
the foods
Delicious too.
are delicious too. And he was able to taste for the first time Ethiopian food.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So that's it. And look at this one, right? 8 million people living in
In this city.
New York
So,
City. Just only in New York City, but do
yes.
not include other cities in New York.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
Yeah. Okay. So we were able to do this one, to do this activity. Do you have any questions with this, Koi?
No question.
Do you think why is it we use this one? Why we want to learn about these things? Where are we going to use this? So what do you think would be the skills that we need to understand in here?
Hmm. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. Okay. Why do we need to study all of this?
Because it's I think it's for the norm.
And okay, of course, why we need to study this one because of course we want to have a learning, okay, not only for our own country but other countries too, right? Okay, when you look at this one, we're able to see um uh, one of the city in Bali, Indonesia, which is Ubud City, right? And we're able to identify also the architecture, their food, their activities. And maybe one of these days, if you happen to go there, you can be able to tell also that, oh, I heard this place because we were able to study them, right?
Okay.
So that's the what is one the most important thing that we can get out from studying this particular information. Okay, because these are all informations. So informations of what? Informations of the city, the architecture, the food, the activities. Same also. Let's say, for example, in Vietnam, what would be the best food that you can offer to your visitors?
The bad first for me.
Yes. For to be offered to your best visitor. Let's say, for example, I am going to visit your country. So what are you going to offer me as your the best delicacies, just like Belgium? They have the very best chocolate. So what about in Vietnam?
Mhm. For me, the cultures dishes are the best. It's all
Okay.
it's
Like like
like spring prawn, breads, noodles. Wait, we noodle we can call in Vietnam local phở bò. Yes,
Oh, so is it delicious?
yes, really, really delicious.
Wow, okay, okay. If ever I can go there, I have to try that, okay?
Yes.
Okay, now, What if you are going to come here in the Philippines? So what food I am going to offer you? So I am going to offer you adobo.
Adobo. What is it?
Yes. You know what is adobo? Okay,
No.
it's a chicken. It's a chicken, and then you are going to put a lot of spices in there, and then you can create a very very delicious. Okay, and that's only made by Filipinos. So we
Oh,
call
it's
that one as adobo.
adobo. It's like
Okay, yeah.
spicy chicken.
It's a chicken. It's a chicken, and then there would be a lot of spices to put in there. There would be soy sauce. There would be vinegar. There would be what is one? A lot of spices you can be able to put in there. Okay, and then saute. You can saute the garlic, the onions. Okay, and then put something in there. So that would be adobo. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you can visit here in the Philippines, if I am going to visit your country, offer to me your delicacy. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. But of course, we don't know. We don't know what happened, right? Okay, Koi. So I guess it's already time. So let's end up our lesson with this particular activity. So thank you so much for your active participation again. We'll see you again next meeting this coming Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Bye, Koi. Have a nice day. Good night.
Yes. Good night.
Okay.